Caves beckon us with their mysterious beauty, but a deadly danger is often hidden behind each majestic chamber. In this video, we will measure the margin of error underground, from millimeters of space around a squeezed body to liters of oxygen in a tank. We will descend into icy abysses, narrow labyrinths, and the deepest pits of our planet, where every step could be your last. And make sure to watch until the very end, because the most dangerous cave on our list looks like a beautiful crystal palace, yet is capable of cooking a person alive in just a few minutes. Our dive begins in snowy Norway, home to the famous flooded Plura Cave. The water here is so icy that unprotected skin instantly goes numb, and visibility depends entirely on the cleanliness of your movements. This place attracts divers from all over the world with its complex and narrow underground corridors. However, in 2014, this cave turned into an icy grave for two experienced Finnish specialists. Due to unforeseen equipment problems at a depth of over 110 meters, panic set in. The surviving companions had to spend more than 5 hours in the freezing water trying to make their way out. The most terrifying ordeal for them was having to swim past the bodies of their deceased friends. In these tight stone jaws, it was impossible to touch the walls without kicking up a cloud of thick silt from the bottom. A complete loss of visibility in such a situation carries an instant and inevitable death sentence. Here, your margin of error is measured in minutes of cold blood and each calm breath from the breathing apparatus. We move to the American state of Georgia, where a huge and terrifying black hole gapes in the ground. This is the entrance to Ellison's cave, which hides an incredible vertical shaft called the Fantastic Pit. The depth of this absolutely straight and vertical well is a record-breaking 179 meters. Imagine descending on a thin rope into the absolute, ringing, and all-consuming darkness of the underworld. Your free fall into this abyss without special safety gear would last almost 8 seconds. The only link to life remains the metal descender device in your hands. During a descent that is too fast, the metal heats up so much that it is capable of instantly melting the strong synthetic rope. The fall of an accidental stone from above the size of an ordinary pebble at such a height turns into a deadly projectile. Any mistake in tying knots or a moment of inattention guarantees a fall into the pitch-black abyss. In this shaft, the depth of the error is equal to the reliability of a single carabiner on your harness. In the Caucasus lies Veryovkina Cave, which is officially recognized as the deepest underground abyss on our planet. Speleologists descend to its incredible depth of 2,212 meters over several days. The underground world at this depth lives by its own harsh laws and does not forgive weakness. The main invisible enemy of researchers here is sudden and devastating floods caused by rain on the surface. Billions of liters of icy water instantly rush down the narrow vertical shafts and passages. The entire cave system turns into a giant drain under the colossal pressure of the rocks within minutes. In 2018, a group of scientists was trapped by this furious torrent at a depth of 2 kilometers. The team was forced to spend almost 24 hours on a tiny ledge directly above the raging icy water. Any increase in the water level by even 1 more meter would have meant inevitable death for them. Here, the depth of the error is measured in hours of agonizing waiting and the whims of the weather on the far-off surface of the Earth. In sunny Mexico, deadly danger skillfully masks itself as the enchanting landscapes of ancient Mayan cenotes. The flooded Actun cave system is an endless and confusing labyrinth beneath the roots of the jungle. The water in these galleries is so transparent that divers feel as if they are floating in thin air. However, behind this idyllic picture hide thousands of forks, looking as identical as 2 drops of water. Over centuries, a very fine layer of easily disturbed limestone silt has accumulated on the cave floor. Just one careless kick of a fin is enough for the crystal-clear water to turn into an impenetrable white milk. In conditions of zero visibility, flashlights become completely useless toys in the hands of a frightened person. The only chance for survival remains a thin guideline stretched along the entire dive route. If a diver accidentally loses grip of this guideline, they are doomed to wander in eternal darkness. The margin of error in these labyrinths is equal to the thickness of the rope you squeeze with your cold fingers. Nutty Putty Cave in Utah was highly popular among amateur spelunkers for a long time. Its narrow clay passages beckoned adventurers with their apparent simplicity and accessibility. However, these slippery crawlways narrow to such a size that a person can barely breathe inside. In 2009, an experienced explorer named John Jones accidentally took the wrong turn in a narrow offshoot. He squeezed into a deadly crevice at an angle of 70 degrees and ended up stuck upside down. The rocks tightly compressed his chest, preventing him from taking even a full, deep breath. The country's top rescue teams spent more than 24 hours trying to free the trapped man from this stone trap. Unfortunately, the complex geometry of the passage and the fragility of the rock thwarted all attempts to pull him up. After this tragedy, the entrance to the cave was filled with concrete, turning it into an eternal grave. In these tight clutches, the width of your error was measured in a couple of wrong movements of your squeezed shoulders. The massive Jomblang karst sinkhole on the island of Java attracts travelers with its fantastic views. Cavers and tourists descend to the deep bottom of this sinkhole for a unique natural phenomenon. At noon, a powerful and beautiful beam of heavenly light pierces through the thick foliage of the trees. However, this beautiful underground oasis hides a serious meteorological trap. Jomblang Sinkhole is a natural catchment basin for all the surrounding hills during tropical rainstorms. A sudden heavy rain on the surface can start completely unexpectedly for the people down below. Billions of liters of rainwater turn the quiet sinkhole into a raging muddy waterfall within minutes. The torrents wash down heavy rocks, fallen trees, and all of the tourists' caving equipment. People find themselves trapped in a stone sack that rapidly fills with rising freezing water. Here, your margin of error is equal to the accuracy of the weather forecast for this brief holiday. We have come to the main mystery of our list, the Naica Crystal Cave in hot Mexico. It contains no bottomless pits, dangerous flash floods, or overly narrow and slippery crevices. You can easily walk on foot along its flat floor, admiring the giant, shining selenite columns. However, a deadly threat here is hidden in the very air that brave researchers breathe. Due to the proximity of an underground magma chamber, the temperature in the chambers exceeds 58 degrees Celsius. At the same time, the humidity in the cave is constantly kept at a critical level of almost 100%. Under such conditions, the human body completely loses its natural ability to cool itself through sweating. Furthermore, hot moisture begins to instantly condense right inside your lungs with every breath you take. Without a special cooling suit and a breathing mask, a person dies in these chambers in 10 minutes. This cave proves that the deadliest trap underground can look like a fairy tale crystal palace. We are used to associating the danger of caves with darkness, sharp rocks, and the possibility of falling. But reality proves that the most terrifying traps often disguise themselves as incredible and alluring beauty. Be sure to write in the comments which of these caves you wouldn't descend into for any amount of money. After all, underground, just like on any road, safety is guaranteed only by your constant respect for danger.